Yo, what's going on YouTube? Dylan Carnes here with another video, and today I want to talk a little bit about what's going on. If you don't know me, if there's a slight chance that you're watching these videos and you don't know me, then you don't know that I love rap music. And that's one of my favorite genres of music. I love hip-hop. I like a lot of things, but at the top of my list right now are definitely rap and hip-hop. And with that being said, right now a lot's been going on because two of the major heavy hitters in the game, Drake and Jay-Z, seem to be going at it for no reason right now. And they've been throwing slight shots at each other, and it's just been getting a little bit more serious as we've been going through. It started off with Jay-Z was on Pound Cake with Drake, and he was talking about having Benzes before Drake had braces. That's where it kind of started with me, at least. I was like, is he really throwing shots on like Drake's own song? And then apparently Drake gave an interview talking about how Jay-Z can never rap without talking about art. And he was like, oh, this man can't go a whole verse without at least 3 or 4 art drops and different types of things that he's acquired. So then it escalated to Jay Electronica and Jay-Z just released a song called We Made It, and they really took the instrumental from Drake and Soulja Boy, and on that instrumental Jay-Z came out firing and he called Drake Mrs. Drizzy, and he was like, I'm talking about art I already bought, and this is stuff that's relevant to me, so why do you care, basically. And it's really kind of interesting because it's not really a feud that you'd see coming. I mean, from my point of view, because they're not exactly like, they run in similar circles. They both work with some of the same people, and they've been on each other's albums. So for them to really be fighting right now doesn't make a whole lot of sense to the rap game as a whole, because, mind you, Kendrick Lamar, he started a whole, oh, let's bring back this whole dissing each other thing, I guess. Like, in my mind, that's what happened. You know, Kendrick was name-dropping people, saying who he wanted to be better than, and everybody took it offensively. Drake was like, I'm not working with Kendrick again, and da-da-da-da-da, and blah, 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 blah. And Kendrick, ever since that happened, he did a little BET award thing, and then he's been silent ever since. And so we're assuming he's working on his next album. But the point is, you can't just fire shots and then return to base camp. If you're gonna fight, you gotta fight. And so with that being said, Drake and Jay-Z started going at it, and everybody's like, really? What's going on? And I was like, why are they starting beef? Why are they fighting? Why are they doing anything other than working together right now? Because first off, Drake is like one of the best-selling names in hip-hop right now, if not the best. Jay-Z will always kind of be legacy. He doesn't really fade out like most people fade out. Jay-Z has longevity to it. But Drake is like hot right now, like to the point where it's like, why are they feuding? You know? Like, you think they'd be working together, and it's a little bit ridiculous because, like, I'm expecting some good music, and yeah, it's a little entertaining for rappers to go back and forth with each other, like, oh, I dissed you here, oh, I dissed you here. But one, I thought rap was kind of past that at the moment. Like, even Kendrick doing it was like, oh, that was hot, but we're past that, though. I mean, Big Sean even said, like, I'm just trying to make better music than everybody. I don't need to diss. I don't need to get in nobody's face. And then for Jay-Z and Drake to be going, that's kind of weird, because like I said, they work together. They've done songs together. They've done good songs together, and they really should do better songs together. Like, you'd expect some great collaboration, because Jay-Z being the lyrical person he is, and Drake also having that same ability to do good verses on a song, you think they get together and make like a massive song. But instead they're kind of feuding with each other right now. They're not talking, I guess, because I'd assume if you're throwing shots in a song, you're definitely not really calling each other, letting each other know what's up, letting each other know what's up and whatnot. So that's kind of what's going on. But I'm surprised because like I said, I'm a big fan of Drake. I got his last 3 albums. I'm a big fan of Jay-Z. I also have his last 3 albums and more of Jay-Z because he has more albums than that. And I mean, I have like all of Drake's mixtapes and all that, and I got a lot of Jay-Z stuff. Basically anything from 2002 to the present day, I got it, and I've listened to it. So I'm like, I thought we were past that. Like, Jay-Z never really talks about like selling drugs, like, unless he talks about it in past tense anymore. He's all, oh, I'm modern and stuff. And Drake is emotional. Like, I mean, he's not over the top. He's not what everybody makes him out to be. But, I mean, when it comes to a verse, he'll kill it. Like, he just got off of doing some major verses on it. And, like, he's a great artist of his own, and he's a great featuring artist. And Jay-Z, same thing. So I'm trying to figure out, like, what's going on here in terms of why are we or why are they fighting back and forth as opposed to working together? Like, you think at this point in their careers, they'd be past this whole petty he said, she said stuff. Like, we all know that Jay-Z is one to fire back or fire shots. He'll throw a line in there. He did that with 50 Cent when he was coming up. He did it with any rapper. Except for, I don't remember him really firing shots at Lil Wayne. Him and Lil Wayne seem to get along pretty well. You know, he didn't talk trash, but it seems like for whatever reason, Jay-Z's always kind of had like this kind of diss nature against Drake since after 2010, I guess. Because Drake was on Blueprint 3. He only did a hook, but he was on there. And then Jay-Z was on So Far Gone. No, not So Far Gone. Oh, come on now. Thank Me Later. He was on Thank Me Later. They did a song together, Light It Up. And they were just going back and forth. And Drake dropped his verse. It was pretty good. Jay-Z dropped a really good verse. And then, so Jay-Z dropped that really good verse, and it was like, okay, that's pretty cool. You know, we could expect some major collaborations from them in the future, right? At least that's what I assume. And then, you know, between the camps, you know, Good Music and Young Money, they seem to go well. You know, Kanye West doesn't get into a whole lot of beef with hip-hop artists ever since the 2007 50 Cent versus Kanye West thing. That was kind of a flop anyway, because they really weren't like aggressive at each other. They were just competing in sales. And nobody really honored the promises that were kept. 50 Cent darn sure didn't retire. So, I mean, after that, Drake has only really been on All of the Lights that I can remember. He's only been on All of the Lights remix with Big Sean, and Lil Wayne was on there too. So it was Kanye West, Big Sean, Drake, and Lil Wayne. And so I thought they were good, and then out of nowhere, like, they just started taking shots at each other. So it was really kind of interesting to see where things are going right now, because after the We Made It song, Drake did Draft Day. And since he did Draft Day, that was about a week ago, so I gave it about a week before I did this video. I was like, you know, maybe Jay-Z will come back. And it seems like Jay-Z hasn't had nothing to say about it. You know, Drake's not one to really dish you. When he dish you, I don't know why he doesn't, I guess he feels like he's above responding and like he's the better man, which I understand, great thing to think. And, you know, again, we should be past this as hip-hop culture. Should definitely be past dissing and going back and forth. It's not even there no more. Like, and there's nobody, like, it's not like Pac and Biggie where they were like, oh, let me go round for round, and it was real, and it was coast versus coast. I mean, music is kind of past that. Like, with all the technology and international and the plane tickets being cheaper, like, people are going back and forth across the coast doing songs with other artists. So for Drake and Jay-Z to try to be splitting it up, well, one, it's ridiculous, and two, there's no real coast to coast thing anymore. Like, Jay-Z is New York, Drake is all over the place, you know, Houston, Atlanta, Vegas, Canada, all four of them, he claims them. So he's really circling in on Jay-Z, I guess. But he hasn't even said nothing. And I think it's a little bit odd because, you know, Jay-Z worked with Kendrick, didn't diss him when he did the Control verse, but yet he's going back and forth against Drake. I don't know if he feels threatened or anything. I doubt it, you know. I mean, this is, again, Jay-Z. Like, he's already cemented his place in history. He's still making good music. He's not even old yet. Like, he's been around for like 10 to 12, 15, 20, almost 20 years. I guess 96 is reasonable doubt. So 18 years. He's been around for 18 years. 18 years. And so, I mean, he's got his place in history, but like, he's not that old. He's like 40s maybe. But still, like, you think he'd be past that. Like, he's not too old to be still making some great music, because I'm pretty sure we got a couple more good albums to come out of Jay-Z. But to be feuding with Drake right now, it just seems kind of counterproductive. So that's my take on the whole thing. I didn't really pick a side. I'm down with Drake, except for when he's singing. I'm down with Jay-Z just because of the person he is and what he embodies and his work ethic, his grind, and his business skills, and being able to turn things around the way he does. So I don't really have a side, but you know, that's just my take on it, just kind of informing you what's going on. Alright guys, so that's about it for today. So why don't you leave me a comment down below telling me what you think of this whole Drake Jay-Z thing, what's going on. Don't forget to like and subscribe, because it really helps me out, keeps me going, and all that stuff. Other than that, peace out, y'all.